Hey,
That's all
guess
that
what?
matters.
Guess what?
What?
Elliot Lee's birthday. Oh yeah.
I don't know why, but you actually make me not like him, even though he's one of our one of my favorite players.
How do I make him not like you?
You talk about him so much. It's like when it's like when you go out, right?
Not
And
my fault the dude's got a big dick.
no,
G'day. This is the Two Beards Wrexham Podcast, your go-to for all things Wrexham AFC. Join us as we chat about the highs and lows of our favourite footy club. She'll be right, mate. G'day, Beard Brother and Sheila's fuckheads, and just all-round bloody legends. It is Rousey and Adrian back for another week of Wrexham talk here on the Two Beards Wrexham Podcast. That is right. I'm your host, Rousey, from Perth, Western Australia, and that is Adrian from God knows where in Bunghole, Australia.
that's me.
That's mate, how's the weather over that side?
40 degrees today, 40 degrees yesterday, and probably the same tomorrow. So going to be fun.
We're all living in an Australian summer.
Love it. Fucking hate
out.
my life. No, I'm joking.
Nothing like that, hey. But hey, next year when we go, we get to experience a British winter.
Oh, bro, Welsh winter is all I'm looking forward to, mate. And I know it's so funny because I complain about the heat now, but then when I freeze my nuts off in Wales, I'm going to be begging for that heat. But in saying
Hey,
that,
we got lots of comments, lots of tips on how to keep the old boys warm.
yeah, it was pretty good. I appreciated those tips, and it's going to help my tip, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, I'm just keen, mate. I know I'm going to put a little spin on this already, just so you don't join into the same old shit. Let's dissect and be fucking miserable. We didn't lose, guys. Chill the fuck out. We're going to get into some good shit in a moment. Stick around, because let's be real. We try to be as upbeat as possible and still try and be as unbiased as possible. Well, at least I try.
You try. Oh, you're normally the negative one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I try to be not biased.
See, I was gonna be like, oh, this fucking sucks. Oh dear,
Mate, I'm keen.
you know what?
I'm keen.
I know what I know. A lot of our listeners want us to get into it and have a good discussion, and I do have a lot to talk about on this one.
Oh.
So let's get some housekeeping out of the way. Guys, you know what time it is. It is that time of the week where we give our shout outs to our lovely fuckhead army. If you want to be a part of that, if you want access to a fans only Discord, 10% off our merch store, twobeardsmedia.com/shop, giveaways in the Discord, and shout outs on the podcast every single week as part of this, as well as early ad-free access every single week, all for $5 a month. Links will be in the description down below. Come join us. Come become a fuckhead. It is the best fun. They're a good bunch in there. So
The best bunch, mate. And I think the best part about what we've got going in this beautiful program and Discord is it's so many different opinions of football, but the one thing we always agree on is how much we love this club. So look, I'm going to get into these shout outs because there is some two people who are going to be pretty excited. I hope. I really do hope. One gentleman who I serenaded you all a couple of weeks back.
you didn't serenade. You just gave him love songs.
Gave him love song dedications, and I got a bit sexual with it with a couple of them. And Bryant and Welsh Techie, I do apologise, but I do commend your loyalty because you still stuck around even after all of that, and all of a sudden now you got that 6-month rolling merch. That's right. So if you get part of the different tiers, we've got Fuckheads Plus, and the Fuckheads Ultra. Fuckheads Ultra allows you not only everything that Rousey's mentioned, but you also get 6-month rolling merch that you get to pick from. Now, you're executive producer. You're already held in such a high regard, but we want to thank you for your loyalty. Welsh, Techie, and Bryant, please DM myself or Rousey, or, just fucking send it to the void and tell us what you want from the store, because I'm keen to see what people get. We've had Sarah's gotten a hoodie, We have had Anthony's gotten one of the beer mugs. Beer cup, sorry. And yeah, there's so much more on there as well. So definitely peruse our website, twobeardsmedia.com, and you can hopefully pick anything you want, and we will get that to you
And the
ASAP free
undies
of
are coming.
charge.
The undies are coming.
The undies, oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. What about a two beards cum sock? Yeah, that would be all right. Anyway, we got some more people we got to thank.
Yeah, I was going to, but just you stopped me at the cum sock. Anyways, so fucking hell. Okay, so the lovely humans, we have the rest of our Ultra Fuckheads, Anthony, Sarah, Welsh Techie, Bryant, Not PC, Maddow, who one of our newest and also part of that same Fuckheads Ultra executive producer, Elite. We love you all. Seriously, we cannot thank you enough for the kind comments that you put out there, the opinions you give us, and you actually, you make our day when you just chat with us in general. So appreciate you. That also goes for Aaron, Will, Chris W, John, Anthony R, Deandra, Mark, Drew, Neb, Ryan, Jake, Vincent, and Benjamin. The rest of our fuckhead clan, Rousey, myself, and also Ryan from Me, the Wife and Wrexham. So we have got a pretty good crew.
Got a pretty good looking bunch of lads and lass. But anyway,
lads and ladettes.
Anyway, we got some games to talk about. And we may as well just jump straight into it. Peel the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, rip the Band-Aid off, mate.
All
Fuck
right.
me.
After this, guys, if you made it this far, stick around. This is where the fun starts. Let's go. Woohoo! Ouch. Ouch. Fucking ouch.
It's a good way to react to it. It is an ouch kind of moment. Not the worst ouch, but an ouch nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know it's a point. We're still undefeated at home. For those who are just joining the party, we played we played a game on the weekend against fucking Cambridge, and I predicted 5-0. Adrian predicted 3-0, and we drew.
That was like pulling teeth. It was like, oh, we drew. Oh, fuck.
But it was, I mean, that's the weakest I've seen our defense in a long time. Our defense really was not on the ball in that game. There were some good moments, but the goals they scored, our defense normally stops those runs. And man, I tell you what, they let us down. They let us down. So I wonder if that means Scari's going to come back in replacement of O'Connell. There's a question worth asking. Is Tom O'Connor going to come back in place of Brunty after Brunt cost us a penalty goal late on?
Yeah.
But we'll get in. I want to get into that penalty in a second. But
yeah, go for it.
Over in all, the defense fucking sucked.
He's like, I'm thinking he's going to go, but let's just reel it in, guys. It's okay. He's like, nah, this fucking sucked. But you know what? I do want to delve into that just very briefly. Look, match predictions, you and I both very fucking wrong. Very fucking wrong. Yep. But at the same time, I think
I think the Two Beards podcast for the very first time deserves numpty of the fucking week.
Woo! And it's both of us because we both fucked that one.
It's the podcast.
To the podcast. And then when we do the Numpty of the Year awards, watch everyone vote for the fucking podcast itself. And then we just play ourselves. That's how it all works. I know how our fuckheads work. That's just how it's going to end. That's how you're going to vote for us. Anyways, the ball possession. I know we say this every week and it means fuck all, blah, blah, blah. But I find that when we have less possession, we win. Well, of course, we drew, so therefore we had more possession. We had 56% versus 44%. Our expected goals were actually less. I hate that stat anyways. But for me, this was probably the paramount one. So we had 11 shots, 4 on target. They had 14, 6 on target. Now, that doesn't sound like that much of a differential. But I don't know about you, Rousey, but when I was watching it, it felt like they had that especially, I wouldn't say ascendancy, but they definitely had a lot more patches of good shots attempted than we might have. I felt like we were quite scattered throughout the game. And yes, obviously ended up being a 2-2 draw. I'm not disputing the fact that goals were scored, but it just felt like we lacked that depth that we talk about every fucking week up front. What did you make of it? Now, obviously, we'll go into the goal scorers. You can list them off because you do the best goal descriptions. But I would love to get your opinion on the lackluster front.
Um, well, I think partially it's got to do with the fact that it was a very congested midfield, the way that Cambridge were structuring up to Wrexham on the
Yeah.
weekend. So it was a very congested midfield, and they were they sort of cottoned on that you got to shut down Barney. And they tried. Barney got free a few times, but he didn't really have the best of games.
He still got an assist though, which I
Yeah, still
just
got an assist.
that's just Barney for you, mate. I think, and I'm going to make an early call here. Possibly, if he can get back into that continuous form that he has been in, he could go Player of the Year for us. And I genuinely believe that because how many times? He's got to be leading assists now. Wasn't he leading it a couple weeks ago? Like it just seems to step up, even when we have a poor game, quote unquote. He still stands up. So I'm praising Barney. I know it wasn't his best game, but it was good.
So obviously that first goal
Oof.
got my pants twitching. It was a straight cross from Barney, like you said, and then there's none other than James McLean
That's it.
doing what he does best and hating the fucking king, putting it away. Because
Well,
boy, that was an impressive header. The height he got on that, like he came running in and he actually ran around the back of the defender instead of in front. So he blindsided his defender. His defender had no idea what the fuck was going on, and up he flies, head to the ball, straight in the back of the net. Up goes Rousey's pants, and
yep.
happy days.
Well, I
And
feel
then
like
obviously
that's obviously a telltale of the situation we're in, though. Sorry, just quickly is like you've got McLean. Like he's not our striker. Well, he's not our go-to for up front. So to have that kind of
But we
happen,
did
and then
have a striker score, Adrian. We
we
did
did.
have a striker
Oh, I
score.
know we did. You tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell us what happened.
Oh, it was SVJ, our Scottish Viking Jesus.
Scottish
Oh,
Viking
with his
Jesus SVG.
absolute boot on it too. He put the fucking laces through that thing. That had some hell of a pace. Obviously came off. It was bouncing around the box a fair bit, and you know, there was Fletcher completely free and then just caught it on the volley, put the laces through it, put that shit in the back of the net. It was just great.
How
But
good?
on the other hand, we had an easy goal against us and a penalty goal, which we knew Chomp was never going to save. I mean, how many penalties has that guy saved? I love Chomp. Chomp is great, but fuck
Chomp is
me,
love. Chomp
save
is
a
life. Yeah.
um, yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm just gonna pick at the referee really quick.
Ooh.
That referee is a straight up knucklehead.
Why?
Just what a fucktard. So I happened to see a post on X, our record with this same referee. Get this. 1 win, 5 draws, 8 losses under this referee.
That's Scott Oldham, is it?
Yeah. So that's a bit. He obviously doesn't like Wrexham for some fucking reason because it showed when he gave my boy Elliot Lee a fucking yellow card for some dumb shit that should never have been a yellow card. Maybe
In the
pushing
third
a
minute.
foul, but a yellow card for that in the first 5 minutes of the game. Are you fucking insane?
You know what? I find there's two types of refs, and I feel like so there's the ref who just kind of, all right, boys, just play football. I'll let it happen, but you take it too far, I'll rein it in. And then you've got other refs like Scotty Oldham here, who basically is like, I'm setting the tone early. Fuck you. Like, I no, but like genuinely, I think he's just trying to go, you know what? That shit's not going to fly. So then that way it kind of contains what could, turn into a fiery affair later on. Now, I've seen that at the 20-minute mark, 40th minute mark, maybe just before half time. But at the third minute to see that, I'm with you, mate. I am fucking with you because, yeah, I just don't. A warning, at least. Fuck me. But
At least
anyway.
warn them, like, before you start flashing the cards.
And I guess
Like,
that's what a yellow
that
card
was
is, right? It's a warning.
weak as piss.
Yeah.
Weak as piss.
Yeah.
Like, it was just fucking the worst thing. I mean, and Elliot Lee didn't deserve that. All he did pretty much was shoulder bump him off the ball, but he put his foot in front. But you know what?
Yeah.
Fucking Cambridge are flip floppers, mate. They are fucking flip floppers. They were flopping all over the place. One dude went down in the middle of the field. He was nowhere near the fucking ball, right? Went down the middle of the field, lay there, feigned a head injury. So the ref had to stop the game when it started coming back the other way. And then he just gets up and fucking walks off.
Kill the momentum. But
Like, fucking flip floppers, mate. Flip floppers. Cambridge, your players are fucked.
you know what though, and like credit
But
to the away fans, the 883 of them. There was a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
look, I bet you there's good fans. I don't mean,
813.
but the players themselves, the strategy, that flip flopping sort of bullshit, like there was just a lot of it, and I believe the first yellow card was a bit of a flop as well. But when you're going to give that yellow card, and then you're going to have Mullen 3 times thrown to the ground, and not even give so much as a foul. Go fuck yourself. Seriously.
But you know what? And this brings me to a really good topic of discussion I've seen on X and
Can I
pretty
just
much
can I
all the
I'm
socials.
hang on, just real quick. I'm just going to do this, sir. Politely, go fuck yourself. So, just have some Kentucky fucking chicken.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Anyway,
Nothing makes Rousey laugh more than Rousey, and I fucking love it.
hey, someone's got to make me laugh.
That's it, mate. So the big one here is at the end of the day, I look at this and I go, it was, we went down early, 20th minute mark, we went down. We were down 1-0. So when McLean got that one back up, I probably would have taken the draw at that point. I was pretty much like, fuck, all right, back on track here. Obviously, Fletch scoring and then obviously conceding that late penalty is not great. You mentioned the flip-flopping. So I want to open this discussion with you. Something we've been critical of the last 4-5 weeks is Paul Mullen. Paul Mullen has not been in form. We've dissected that. We know he will get there. He just needs to be fit. He just needs to get the mojo back. It's not something you lose. But something that was called out from a lot of Wrexham accounts, old and new, so let's not try and categorize who's saying this, that Mullen had been, he hadn't been flopping around and actually playing for the ball, that he might actually have a better chance. What are your thoughts on it? Because you did make a good call there that Mullen was, I agree completely that he had been pulled down multiple times and in dangerous areas. So I'm with you, but there has been a bit of a discourse on the old socials about it. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think that on the weekend there were genuine times when he was fouled and it never got paid. And there were also times when he tried to play for the foul. But that's what every striker does. I mean, I dare say the penalty that we got called against us, it was possible. yes, it was a Stonewall penalty, but it was possibly maybe a little bit played for.
Yeah,
Because it seemed
tactical
like it
foul.
seemed a little light on the tap, and so look, it happens in football. I get that, right? You try and play for the penalties, you try and play for the fouls because it gives you an opportunity to get forward and to get all your players forward, to waste a bit of time. There's lots of reasons why you would do it, and I get that. But Mullen, I I I'm more on the side of the discourse at the moment where Mullen knows that he's not going to get those calls given to him, so he's probably playing them a hell of a lot less. But when you're actually getting openly flung to the ground, and we've seen it multiple times, we've seen him fucking WWE fucking frog splashed on the field, and he still doesn't get a foul called against him, right?
Mm.
Like what this guy at the moment cannot buy a foul and cannot buy a fucking goal. So
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I'm getting a bit of boy who cried wolf vibe from it all. So there has been a discourse over the years that he's always done that, especially from opposition clubs, that he has always played for the foul and it has worked in his favour. Would you say, and I'm not saying Scott Oldham specifically, but do you think that he's been a bit found out that he has been known to play for it? So even when it is legitimate, they're just like, nah, fucking play on.
it's possible. It is possible. Um, I could definitely see that aspect, but that doesn't make it right.
No,
You
and
want the game
but
called fairly.
mm,
You want the game played the right way,
mm.
not this bullshit. You were clearly fouled, but because you faked it in the past, I'm not going to
Well,
pay
and
it.
I'm not
It's
even saying that because I'm more saying it's hard when we look at it. We can see replays. These refs can't, you know. So I'm not giving him an out either, but also we got to consider the fact that every time he may look like he's been flung to the ground. Do you know what I mean? Because from face to face, he might look like that every time, even when he is playing for it. Do you know what I mean? So there might be a discourse that comes about when they do their reviews and they do look at the calls. And I know that it's how they go up and down in the leagues. It's how they get promoted. Like these referees make a living is to make the right call.
well,
So
that referee needs to go back to the Farmers League.
yeah. But do you get what I mean? Like it is a weird one because I'm under the complete agreement that there were flagrant fouls that should have been called, but
It did feel a bit one sided.
it
What was
did.
the fouls for and against? Do you have the
Fouls
stats
for
up?
and against. Great call. Let's have a
Let's
squiz
sort of
here.
figure out because I know we got a yellow. I'd like to know
Yeah.
with what yellows were for and against and what fouls were for and against because it definitely felt one-sided. There was stuff that they were getting called they would do the same shit to us and we wouldn't get called for. So it's just a kind of a ref. He needs to go back to ref school.
I've
I
got the
think.
yellow cards. We won that one 3-2.
So we got more yellows. Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, mate. This is
that's all right.
sometimes there's too much stats and you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, who cares? Oh, here you go. Fouls committed. Wrexham committed 10. Cambridge committed 11. So pretty even. I mean, and that's what I think I take from this is, you know, a draw is probably appropriate in the context of the game. And let's not just blame it on refereeing either. You know, you have to be at your best against some of the sides that are lower. And we know this from previous seasons. I've referenced the Accrington game every fucking time this rolls around, but that was one that we were a certainty to win, and it didn't happen.
But we
This
could have
time,
won that if Mullin actually put away his goal too, because that
yeah,
was only
but that's what I
literal
mean.
inches in
That's what I
it.
mean. They have to
Literal
do
inches.
that. They have to do that. We can't just be like, oh, but if we did, but it doesn't matter what we could have done. It's what you do. It's what you can put out on the pitch. And honestly, my big one at the moment is that front little piece there. Palmer has had one of the best starts the season I've seen from him, and one of the best. Well, he is the most informed striker we have, other than when Marriott went down. But since he signed on, there has been a bit of a dip there as well. Obviously, Fletch got a little bit of spark there as our little as our I don't know what do we call him, our talisman, the man who comes on and just fucking does what he needs to do. I'm just wondering if we need to rotate in, and I know it was someone in the comments last week, I think it was Bruce, who mentioned how Mo Farah doesn't really have the upper body strength at the moment to really be the singular striker that we're playing currently. We're currently playing Ollie up front, obviously Elliot behind, much like how you like it, Rouse. And then one thing I love about what Ollie brings to the table, he is that bravado. He's a big fuck off guy. Fletch has that too. Whereas I feel like with Mullen at the moment, not so much. And I don't know, maybe I'm now thinking it's not just him as well. I don't think he suits the formation. I don't know. What do you think?
I think they've probably practiced that formation a lot, and they obviously, for some reason, the Elliot Lee, Ollie Palmer thing tends to work. Um, that's a really interesting one because maybe the formation's already been found out. And we need to go back to the 3-5-2 and
Mm,
go with a more strike force. I mean, Cambridge had three strikers up front for that whole game. Three.
mm.
So they had more of a potent attack against our, more supposedly stringent defense. But defense only works when your defense is actually on it, and they weren't on it that day.
Yeah, I think you're right,
And
mate.
I think,
It's
there's a lot of what ifs that could have happened in that game.
mm.
Um, I think, yeah, you're probably right. Maybe the draw was a good call, but
Still doesn't make it any less
the
hurt any
penalty
less.
felt a little on the soft side, even though it was a penalty. And I am saying, and normally I don't, but it was a penalty. It was a bit of a fuck up by Lewis Brunt. He shouldn't have tried to spin his player like that and shouldn't have put his leg in front and tripped. But that said, it was a little bit played for by that
Yeah.
guy. So anyway,
Right. Well, can I
we
just
move
make one
on.
last little thing about that game? Ollie Rathbone.
Absolute fucking boss, just straight up boss. Ollie Rathbone, Matty James, and George Dobson all
Oh,
had really good games through that midfield.
I genuinely care. We talked about it fucking round, maybe week match day 4, but we were like early days were just like, how do you improve on having Barney and McLean on either side when and we used to have George Evans in the middle and people of that caliber and like previous seasons, a Luke Young or you know around that point, but this new formation has allowed us to play the kids. And I'm not some they're
Mm.
not the kids. You get my point. They're of the younger generation, the emerging generation of Wrexham players. Fuck me, man. Like Ollie Rathbone, he got me very excited. Like pitch a tent kind of excited. That guy can play. Matty James. I had no hope that he would stay in the side. I had no hope, not because I had no reason to disregard him or even build him up. But he has proven me so wrong, and I'm so happy about it. But you know who I love that we were both right about as soon as he fucking came in the preseason? Dobby.
Dobby. Yeah.
I love him. Fucking love him, man. Like when he came in, what was it? Well, we were seeing Chelsea, and I think you and I were watching it. And maybe I was working, and I think you were working, and we were just texting as we were watching it. And we were just like, fuck, this guy's all right. I think it was against Bournemouth, sorry. And we were just like, geez, he's good. Like,
Yeah, he's exceptional.
jeez.
Dobby is exceptional, and he's fast becoming a staple name in the side.
Oh,
I'm loving his stuff. He's a. I love everything about this team right now. This
yeah.
team's going in a good direction, and Dobby, well, he can fuck Adrian any day, as far as I'm concerned. He
Oh,
can fuck
yeah.
my
Every
brother.
day. Love it.
Not fuck my sister, fuck my brother.
Jesus H. Jesus H.
uh, but
I know we're
anyway,
going to move on in just a second, and I do want to bring up a topic of discussion in the next segment. But, mate, I'm tell you what, I think you might have a big call for the next prediction in the score prediction.
Yeah, well,
Just
let's actually get on to that.
quietly.
We're up against Bristol Rovers, right? So
I know this
Bristol.
man. This man does not like it when we draw. He does not like it when we lose. So Rouse is going to make a big call here. I can tell. I can feel it.
Well, Bristol Rovers are in a little bit of shambles at the moment. They have been for some time. That said, we could have said the same thing about Burton, but Burton obviously, you know, these lower teams, they're fighting for their lives. But Bristol's kind of not in that position at the moment. So where do I see Bristol at the moment? We're going away. We're obviously a little bit weaker away than we are at home. But I think the boys are going to bounce back with a good performance. And I'm going to call 2-0 against Bristol.
You are. I was waiting. That's good. That actually made me feel good because I was waiting for you to say something stupid like 9-0. I think you're onto something there. I don't know. With Chomp, I love Chomp to pieces, but away from home, it can sometimes cause a little bit of jitters up the back, especially in the defensive lineup. And we just saw how it can be shaky with the new formation. So I'm going to go 2-1 win Wrexham. I think we might concede. I don't think we'll go down early. I think we'll strike first. I just have a feeling that that typical bullshit 55-minute mark where we always concede one, and then I reckon we'll just cement one home towards the latter stages. So no, mate, I'm with you. I think we'll win. I don't see us losing, regardless of being away from home.
Yeah, we need 2 more wins to finish the year. So we got
Baby.
Bristol, and then we got Blackpool. 2 winnable games.
Ooh.
So let's finish the year with 2 wins, and then we've had 6 straight undefeated games. So that's a good thing. That is
Shit.
a brilliant thing.
Wigan's 30th of December. So that gives us 3 games.
That's a good one for Nebby in the old Discord.
Oh, I'm keen for that one for him, but that's at home. But that is another one that 3 games to go for the end of the year. Love to walk away with, 9 points in those 3. But idealistically, actually, that's a fair point. We don't have to talk about the match predictions for the next couple games. But what do you think? Out of the next 3 games, how many points? I'm going with 7. We're talking Bristol away, Blackpool home, Wigan home, and then end of year.
I reckon we get all 9.
That would be very tasty, mate. And you know what? I wouldn't put it past us. We have this tendency when we do maybe lack a bit of polish against a team like Cambridge, who, again, commend them. They looked fantastic. Like, don't get me wrong, they really upped their game. And how do we say it every week? They come for the Wrexham, and that's what they did. And you saw people celebrating like they won the fucking league, and good on them. Like, straight up good on them, because 4 years ago we'd be doing that. So,
I mean,
big
look,
one.
to go to one of the hardest places and play a team that has the best home record by far over anyone and hold them to a draw. I mean, that's worthwhile celebrating any day. I mean,
good on them, man.
I would celebrate that. So good on them. But we move on to Bristol. We've got our predictions. After this, guys, we're going to discuss some news and then wrap up the podcast. Only a few short segments because we've got a very busy schedule coming up. And so we're going to keep it a little bit on the shorter side today, but that's okay.
Christmas is coming, mate.
Talk about news and then obviously wrap things up after this. Let's go. Woo! Well, there's been some interesting news. Lots of stuff happening. We're coming into the January transfer window. Will we get a big striker? Will we get cashed up? Will we go in and just absolutely go ham and prepare for a championship push? All these questions has got me very excited. Very excited. But I saw one report. Now, you take Sport Bible with a grain of salt because the headline for Sport Bible was Ryan Reynolds explains Wrexham's new $600 million cash injection and if he'll be pulling back on any involvement with the club. Now, I'm going to say this. You see anything Sport Bible straight away, just take it with a grain of salt. Don't believe it, because there is no way our club is valued right now at $600 million, or anyone would be stupid enough to put $600 million into the club. But I can confirm that Ryan Reynolds has said that him and Rob McElhenney, as part of Red Dragon Ventures, will stay majority stakeholders in the club, right?
Which is great.
Which is great. However, I did some digging, and I came across an advert in Business Wire. So it's a bit more of a central business thing where they talk about the Allen family. And the Allen family are, in fact, pledging that over their time they're willing to invest 600 million into the town and the club. So it's not just in a joint statement, Wrexham AFC co-chairman Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, Wrexham has earned the world attention. We're focused on bringing world-class partners in. We will not be stepping away, but we do welcome the Allen family's investment into the club and town. Some said that investment is going to be in around $600 million. So there is a little bit of truth, but not quite.
I think it's a fucking weird one, because like I think about it a lot. Like, it's crazy numbers, but shit, Wrexham's been crazy since the takeover. It's just gangbusters shit. We're talking, like, I know that doesn't mean shit financially, but having big names like Channing Tatum and Billy Joe from Green Day, being at the race course with Ryan Reynolds, you know, it brings buzz to the town, but also to the name. And let's be real. If you are, let's say you don't give a fuck about football, you don't follow it, you don't ever, but you're a big movie buff and you love Channing Tatum or anything with Ryan Reynolds. That brings eyes onto the club.
Don't get me wrong, Magic Mike.
Whoa. We definitely need to see Rousey pulling the Magic Mike dance at some point throughout this season.
Pulling something to Magic Mike.
Mate, all right, if we win the league, I'll fucking want that.
On OnlyFans exclusive.
Exclusive. But isn't that funny? Like, you've got that, and then you go, cool, that brings money, clicks, more, fucking eyes on the club. And, the doco's already proven there's a lot of people out there who don't follow football or don't follow sport in general, who now follow Wrexham religiously, purely because it's like, what is it? It's the gateway drug, like you just need a little bit of, a little bit of hashish, a bit of the green. And then next minute you're doing heroin in the bathroom. So that's Wrexham for you.
Yeah. You know what we could do when we go to Wrexham?
Not heroin, hopefully.
We can do lines off Rob McElhenney's toilet. Let's go and get the.
You know what? And I've said this before, mate. But security are not just going to be on that. They will see us. And I mean, let's be real. We've got the Beards. I'm not saying they know who we are, but they definitely will be informed that there will be some troublemaker who's going to try and fucking do a line also while taking a shit on that same toilet, and it'll be you.
I think it's just the urinal, man. So you just got to put it on the top of the urinal. And
didn't you say pitch invasion? You wanted to do a slip and slide in front of the race course. You've said a lot of stuff. They probably got you as number one, like, what is it? They've got a wall of like people don't let them in. Yeah, that's you. But
probably. Hey, but
it's good. But you get my point, is that it gets the name out there. Even Billy Joe being there from Green Day, like, I love Green Day, massive Green Day fan. So
will you do any Green Day songs?
Say it again?
Will you do any Green Day songs?
Oh, perform them? Jesus. All right, if we win the league, I'll perform whatever the fuck you want, mate.
Don't say that, because I'll request Wonderwall.
Oh, no. Okay. There is one rule, one fucking rule, and is I will never do Wonderwall.
You should. It's a good song.
And so I laugh, we joke, but yeah, it is that thing. I digress. But at the end of the day, mate, I think it's just clicks and things, and people hate us for it. You'd mentioned it earlier. Fucking people hate us. They fucking hate us. And they're like, oh, God, what's happening? But you know what? Is it so bad that they're trying to get a town, not just like you said, not just the club, but a town, and then you've got big names with big money, the Allen family going, oh, you know what? We're going to pledge this amount over the time here because we believe that, it's a good investment for them. It's a wise investment, but also they're doing a bit of good.
Maybe they're the ones that are going to help with the stadium redevelopment.
Exactly. You don't know. But ignoring the football side, mate, the community side. I mean, it's already like a tourist destination now.
I mean, they've already injected 11.5 million pounds into the club. So that tells me that might be something for possibly a cheeky signing. There's a lot of signings.
Pocket money, mate.
There's a lot of names going around. There's Timothy Lotutala, which is possible for a goalkeeper. Ethan Wheatley from Manchester City, or Manchester United, which will be amazing if we get him.
I want a big fuck off striker, Chief. I just want a big fuck off striker.
Well, he's an 18-year-old striker, but he's played in the Premier League. Before obviously the new gaffer took over at Manchester United, he actually played a few games for Eric Ten Hag, and he was.
So is he from Man United or Man City?
I think it's Man United.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've seen some clips, and I'm just like, wow, this dude, like, he can fucking play. So,
and that's probably what we need. But I thought that's what Mo Fowl was supposed to be. And I'm not saying of the same caliber. It's a completely different caliber. I know, but I thought he was the project player. So I feel like if we bring in someone like that, if you're Mo Fowl and you're not getting the game time currently, even with a striker drought, quote unquote, even though Fletch just scored, but you know what I mean. Do you think Mo's gets a bit sweaty?
I don't know. I think Mo will get his shot.
Okay.
I really do. But like anything with Parky, he loves to take his time bringing people into the team.
That's true. That's true. He took a while with Scar.
Yeah, it took and he's still taking a while.
Yeah, technically,
lost his spot. So look, it's just the way Parky
technically
works.
He still hasn't warmed up to him.
It's just the way Parky works, isn't it? So
yeah, true.
Mo Fowl will probably get his chance.
Yes.
You guys, Fletch isn't going to be around forever. He's probably going to be around for another season at most.
The way you said that sounded like he's dying of old age. He's not going to be around forever, lads. He's just.
He's not going to be in the team forever. So then, obviously, you got to look at who replaces him and all that sort of stuff. And so maybe we're getting Mo Fowl ready for that. So there could be any reason, multitude of reasons behind it, but Parky knows best. We trust in Parky. He's going to get us out of this league. I dare say it. We're going to go to Championship next year, and you and me, Adrian, will be going to see Wrexham in November in the Championship, which will just be fucking phenomenal. So
I genuinely it's so funny because part of my brain's like, hey, Rousey, just chill, mate, just chill. But we're a fucking point out from it. So we could well and truly do it. I'm almost.
There's gaps. There's gaps now in the top. So I think we're 4, 5 points.
I just wish we capitalised on those cheeky games like Cambridge.
Yeah, I know. Me too, mate. I fucking wish that we could have. We need to be capitalising on games like that. But look, Cambridge.
But we might take an away game like Bristol.
For any team.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
They're a banana peel for any team. Cambridge, you don't know when they're going to show up, and when they do, they do, and when they don't, they don't. So
exactly.
Cambridge are an interesting team like that, and quite clearly they showed up. I mean, the team with the worst away record, going to the racecourse and doing that. I mean, fuck me dead.
Commend them, mate. Honestly, and I have a soft spot for them.
Maybe they were doing the booger sugar before the fucking Game. Hey?
Nah, I thought they were good, mate. I thought they were really good. I don't know why. I just clubs like that who, those traveling fans, like that's a memory they'll hold. And I know it's, crazy because people are like, it's just a draw, chill out, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, mate, they're a small club with a very good history, pedigree in that term, in terms of like they've been around. But, you know, 800 fans go down to the race course and you watch your team get a last minute equaliser. What could be better, really? You can then go back home. You go back to Cambridge and you go, Channing Tatum was there and Billy Joe was there and Ryan Reynolds was there and we got a point. Like, what more could you ask for? So, good on him. But honestly, man, I'm just fixated on this next match against Bristol. I would say this is a banana peel game because it's away, but I still think we'll win that 2-1. And I know you've gone with the 2-0 prediction, but I think any away game at the moment seems to be a banana peel.
We will see. We will see. It should be good. All
Should be
right,
good, mate.
guys. Well, that's it for this week. I think we're going to end it there and call it a night. Go get some sleep and watch some Netflix and get naked.
Netflix and chill with Rousey.
Netflix and chill with Rousey. But yeah, guys, by all means, let us know what you think. Comment down below. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, the absolute shit out of this. It helps us. It helps us defeat the algorithm, which is against us at the moment. Bastards.
I like it. No, but you know
But
what? I
yeah,
repeat what you said before the game, before the pod. It is a game, this pod, but what you said really resonates with me. Fuck it. Who cares?
who cares?
Five fan. We could have 5 viewers, no viewers. We still do it. And I think that's such a really, really good saying, mate. Like I live by it, and I know you do, and we love you all. So those who are sticking around, keep on coming. And if you like it, let us know down in the comments below. Tell us how you want Rousey to celebrate if we were to win the league. If we were to do it, what do you want to see him do? And what do you want to see me do? And if I am going to do a song, what song is the one you're like, I need him to do this one? And if it's fucking Wonderwall, I'll consider it mainly because, fuck, if we won the league, I'd probably do anything.
All right. Well, let's end that here, guys. Thank you for joining us,
Thank you.
and we will see you guys next week on the Two Beards Wrexham podcast. Bye. Woo. No.